I had to show you this. Okay, so our new couch is here. This is our new couch. And I know it does not look like a new couch. I covered it with a bunch of blankets because Marty loves scratching couches. And so we decided we're just going to keep it covered except for when, company comes over and stuff. Anyway, so look at this though. Zelda just loves this couch. She has been snuggling up on it ever since it arrived 2 days ago. Do you love your couch? Zelda, do you love your couch? You gonna tell everybody hi? Hi, honeys. It's Wednesday, August 5th, and I'm on my way to Wally World. I've got an array of things that I need, and so I thought maybe it would be a good idea to, just talk to you guys on the way there, but also if I get enough of what I'm looking for, I just might do a Walmart haul. Just feeling, so far anyway, wait for it, right? It's like you don't even want to announce that you're feeling happy or in a good mood because something else will happen. But Brad and I had this long discussion about no matter what, there's just constantly new negative things that we're being bombarded with. And I don't think it's just me and him. I don't think it's just people in my state or my city or this country. I think it's all over the world. We're just going through it right now. And I think that it's so important to absolutely cling to and cherish any ounce of happiness that you can. And so something that we were talking about was it's just so crucial right now to remove everything that affects us in a negative way that we can, because there's already enough fear and negativity and insanity going on. And so what we've been doing is we have been just really being aware and conscious of how things affect us. So, for example, just even here on YouTube, there's some people that I've followed for a while that I always liked, but I felt this weird negativity every time I was done watching their videos or going to their live streams, and I just got to where I didn't want that negativity anymore. And I've been doing that with everything. The shows I watch on TV, the books I read, all of it. Like I've decided with books, if I don't love a book and I don't feel somehow invested in it, I'm not going to keep reading it all the way until I'm 150 pages in to give up. I think I'm just going to start giving up quite a bit sooner, and just trying to, be really aware of my happiness. Because sometimes, I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but sometimes I've discovered that my happiness isn't always where I think it is or where I think it should be. I'll think, okay, this is good, this is positive, this is a great group to be a part of, and then for some reason, every single time I deal with that group or with that, maybe it's a page on Twitter or whatever, there's something negative that happens inside me, and it's like, well, this isn't, maybe it's positive for other people, but it's not healthy for me, and I need to protect myself. I need to do everything I can to be as aware of how things affect me as possible. And so that's what I'm going to do, and I hope that you guys can do that too, because we just have to find every little tiny thing we can right now to cling to happiness-wise. That's good. It's the only way we're going to get through this. And so I hope that you guys are having a really wonderful day so far, and I'm thinking of all of you. I'm getting so used to seeing some of your faces every time I post anything. I genuinely care about you guys, and I just hope that you guys can find as much happiness as you can right now, too, because this is a crazy world we're living in. All right, I'll be back in a little while. Morning. Today's August 6th. It's Thursday. I'm super excited about the weekend. And I don't know if I told you or not, our new couch finally showed up. So I'm sitting on it now. This is actually a full-size couch. It's not a little miniature, tiny, itty-bitty couch. And we have this quilt over it again with a couple other blankets because we don't want Marty to scratch up the couch. I'm going to be ordering some blankets that are just a solid color that I can cover the couch with. And then we'll just take off the blankets when we're watching a movie and we want to use the recliners on the couch, or when people are coming over or whatever. But it'll stay nicer a lot longer this way. I just got out of the shower and I'm drinking my coffee. I just wanted to sit and chat with you for a little bit. I wore my new pajamas from Walmart last night and they were very comfortable. Very. To the point where I'm actually considering maybe getting rid of a few of my pajamas that aren't as cozy and maybe getting a few more pairs of them because they're just super soft and comfortable and they weren't hot or anything. I get hot a lot when I'm sleeping. I'm just one of those people. I just really like that Secret Treasures brand that they carry. I don't know if that's like a Walmart brand or if it's just a brand that Walmart carries. I'm sorry if you hear background sound. The apartment complex wide roofing scenario, it's still going on. So, and I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. I actually have you on a tripod on the couch so that it's a little more intimate this morning. And I figured you'd be able to hear me over the construction a little better too. Let's see, last night I watched The Alienist. I did some reading. I watched a hockey game. And I made some dinner. And it was, okay, it was whole chicken. Like you buy a whole chicken, you cut it up, and you cook it. Well, here's the crazy part. There appears to be a bit of a food shortage going on. The shelves don't seem as stocked up as they used to. The prices of food seems to be going up. And one thing that I've noticed is the price of meat and dairy has really gone up. And there's some things that we can stock up on, but there's other things where you just kind of have to buy it as you see it. And anyway, when I went to get this chicken, I noticed, okay, so it was a whole chicken. Like you have to cut the whole thing up. It's got everything in there, got the neck and all that stuff. It was marked at $7 something. And I thought, oh wow, it's probably $7 something a pound. I thought, well, gosh, I just really want to make a whole chicken, just something I've always wanted to do. And maybe it'll last a little while. And so maybe it's worth it anyway. Well, when I went to check out, I noticed that the total cost of my groceries seemed a little bit lower than I thought it would be. And I looked at the receipt in the car, and the chicken, the whole chicken, it's a 6-pound chicken, was like I think it was 79 or something. $5.79 for a 6-pound chicken. And when I cooked it last night, I was thinking this should be at least 2 meals. No, I think it's going to be about 4 meals for us. 4 meals. And I think the total cost with the chicken, I already had the rice. I got the rice at the Dollar Tree. So I bought the chicken and a few vegetables. I don't even think I spent $10 on that meal. And it's going to be four nights for 2 people. That's pretty good. And I was just thinking, I wanted to tell you guys about this because if I were to just buy chicken breasts or chicken thighs or whatever, it'd be double that. I mean, it's getting so expensive to buy anything, cutlets, whatever. But if you're willing to cut it up yourself, it's, oh, sorry, let me move you over here for a minute. Okay, I'm going to move you around a little bit as my arm gets tired holding this up. If you're willing to cut it up yourself, it's so much cheaper. Now, the only problem is you can't really buy a chicken and just store it in your fridge or your freezer. Like that takes up a lot of room and it's heavy. And I mean, I guess you could if you lived in a house and you had a second freezer in your garage or something, that would probably be fine. But I live in an apartment, so there's no way. But I was just thinking, I want to start doing that way more often. Just getting a whole bird or getting more bulk meat and cutting it up ourselves. Now, I didn't cut it up, Brad cut it up, but luckily he's happy to keep doing that if it's going to save us that much money. But I also noticed there was no shortage of entire chickens at the grocery store. Apparently nobody wants to cut things up themselves. It's kind of, and I was thinking about it, it's kind of like anything else. If you buy a watermelon, it's a lot cheaper than if you buy a container of watermelon that's already cut up. If you buy a head of cabbage, it's still quite a bit cheaper when you look at the per pound or per ounce price than if you buy cabbage already chopped up for you. So same thing with meat. And I just wanted to mention that because if you're comfortable cutting it up yourself, it's definitely worth it right now. Especially if you have a family, it makes a lot more food for a lot less money. So just wanted to mention that. Something to kind of think about. And that's one thing that's nice about these older cookbooks. They have so many recipes for whole chickens. You know what else I found out, which is really interesting? When I was reading let me grab it real quick here. Hold on, let me back you up a little. Okay, so this is the cookbook that I used last night. And in there, it talks about, let me get you down here again here. Okay. And in the cookbook, it talks about some of the history of different types of foods. And I found out chickens are not indigenous to the United States. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Apparently, when settlers first came to America, they missed chicken. And it was around the Mayflower era that chickens started being brought over on ships. And that's the history of chickens in America. I just thought that was very fascinating. Now, it also says by the mid 1800s, breeding of poultry had been well established to the point where there were 3 different breeds of American chickens: the Plymouth Rock chicken, the Wyandotte chicken, and then later the Rhode Island Red chicken. Huh. I never knew that there was different types of chicken. Now, I mean, I guess if I actually sit and think about it, it would be obvious that there would be, but kind of interesting, isn't it? I'm sorry if my face looks really shiny. I got out of the shower recently, and there is this oil that I use on my face as a moisturizer a couple days a week, and it is wonderful. But it does leave my face kind of shiny, so I usually just use it on days when I'm staying home so that it really has time to absorb into my skin. If I go outside, I'll just sweat it off. But it's really good. Actually, I'll put the name of it up here. It's like Avalon Organics something. Well, I guess I better go get to work. I've got a lot of paperwork and stuff to do, and now that I've got my Facebook set up, I've been getting requests from you guys, and I have to go check that. I don't have Facebook on my phone, so maybe I should get it on my phone. I don't know. I kind of like not having it on my phone, though. Just checking it a few times a day so that it's like one less notification that we're constantly getting, right? It is now lunchtime, and I'm on my way to get some Jack in the Box. I made a mistake. So I bought salads for lunch for this week. These Dole salads. And I got 2 bags for myself and 1 for Brad because I thought, he says he's okay with having salad for lunch, but is he really okay with having salad for lunch? Probably not really. I mean, he isn't usually okay with that. So I went ahead and just got him 1 bag so he could try it, and then we could kind of go from there. Well, he loves it. I got him the, what is it? Is it like a bacon Caesar salad? And he just thinks it's the bee's knees. Get it? I know. I'm wearing my bees t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. The one with Save the Bees that I just got at Walmart. And I love this shirt, by the way. It's very cozy. It is a junior's, so I recommend sizing up 1 or 2 sizes. But for $5, can you beat it? No. Anyway, so today we had run out of the first 2 bags, and I said, "Are you cool with salad?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, now I only have 1 bag left, and it's kale with pumpkin seed and poppy dressing." And he's like, "Nope." We're not going to do that. And he seemed kind of irritated. And I thought, well, I don't want him to feel like left out because I didn't get more salad for him. I just didn't think he would like. I didn't think he would like the salad. It's a pleasant surprise that he does, but I wasn't expecting it. So anyway, just to kind of make him feel happy, I said, okay, I'll go pick up lunch. We're trying to eat healthier. We're trying to be more active. Obviously, today that is out if we're having Jack in the Box for lunch. But, yeah, so I thought, well, I'll be nice. I'll go get lunch, and I'll even be really nice and let him pick what we get, because I usually always pick. Anyway. So I thought I'd hang out with you. What am I trying to say? I figured I'd talk to you on my way out there just to say hello, see what's going on and all that. Do you feel like the way people drive says a lot about them? Because if it does, the person behind me is very impatient. I thought I was impatient, but I'm not compared to this person. So I have some really good news. It's, what time is it? 11:40, and it is only 96 degrees outside. 96 degrees. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but 96 degrees that's really, really beautiful here, because usually, well, for the past couple months, it has been over 100 every day, all day long. And when I say over 100, I don't mean like 101. I mean like 110, 115. It's been a very hot summer. And I know you're thinking, well, duh. I know I live in the desert, but according to the people that have lived here for a long time, it's been a little bit hotter than usual. And I guess I've been kind of getting used to it. I don't know, it doesn't bother me like it did in Florida. The lack of humidity is just so much better. So much better. So much easier. I feel like I can breathe. as I cough. So I just get super excited when I think about the fact that the weather is starting to cool off, because that means that fall is just right around the corner. And I'm one of those people, that was part of why I couldn't wait to move away from Florida. I love the 4 seasons. It's like this wonderful thing that God gave us called seasons, where once you just start getting tired of one, the next one's on its way and you can look forward to it. And then when it starts changing into that season, you can really savor it and love it. And I am definitely one of those people. I love the 4 seasons. And so I am officially tired of summer and I'm ready for fall. And I just did an order at QVC. My mom is a huge QVC fan. She has been since I was a little girl. And she's always telling me that I should order some things at QVC. So I did place an order, and it is a fall theme order. Now with the virus and the mail being slow, I probably won't get it for 2 to 3 weeks. And that's fine. I have plenty of time. It's not going to be fall until, it probably won't really start cooling off like that until the middle of September or October. And one of the things I got specifically for Thanksgiving, which is obviously a ways away, but I saw something. If you're my friend on Facebook now, you probably saw my post, and it mentioned that Christmas lights are 12 weeks away. And I thought, okay, I can do this. I can keep 12 weeks. We got that, right? Right, girls? We can do that. 12 weeks. Falling leaves are 4 weeks away. Okay. So excited. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for the fall. I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I'm ready for Christmas. New Year's. I'm really ready for a new year. It's so funny too, because when 2020 at New Year's hit, I remember Brad and I, we were so mad that if you go out in Vegas on New Year's, it's quite the party apparently. I don't know. We haven't done it yet, but it's very expensive. I'm talking $200 a person where we wanted to go. So we decided not to go for New Year's. We just weren't in that kind of a position to where we could we'll just throw $200 a person at something at the last minute. So we thought, well, we'll just have to go out on 2021. Well, now I'm kind of glad we didn't spend all that money to go out for a New Year's, where the year to come has been awful. Absolutely awful. It's still not the worst year of my life, though. The year 2000 was the worst year of my life. Oh, maybe it's every time it's a new decade, Michelle has a bad year. Did I just refer to myself in the third person? I don't do that. That's weird. Anyway, okay, so now I know 2030 is not going to be my year. But yeah, the year 2000, hands down, was the worst year of my life. And it's actually something I find a lot of comfort in, because I keep thinking things are bad. Things have been bad. They're starting to get better. But no matter what, I don't think anything will ever be that bad again. I really don't think it will. And even if it is, I'm older and wiser, and I now have the ability to persevere through things that I did not have in the year 2000. Year 2000, how old was I? 23. I was not equipped. I was not armed. I didn't have that training. Now I feel like, look, you if you're a strong person, you're a strong person, you can get through it. If you're scared of things to come, things never end up as bad as you thought they would be. You always find a way to just get through it and to move forward. And I just feel like the worst thing that could happen, I guess, is I could pass away. But I don't want to pass away. There's a lot that I still want to do with my life. I don't feel like it's my time yet, but if my time comes, my time comes. There's nothing I can do about it. And I don't fear death like I did when I was younger. How did that whole conversation just happen, you guys? I don't know. Anyway, the whole point was, boy, do I get sidetracked. I'm a Gemini. What do you want? I'm all over the place. The point was, I think 2021 would be a better New Year's to invest money into having a great night and just, it's finally over. 2020 is finally over. Let's, pop some champagne open and have a good night, right? Doesn't it feel like this would be an epic New Year's? So now I just need to figure out, well, I don't think it'll be that expensive either this year. Everything's greatly reduced price-wise right now, so. But yeah, I was just thinking about that, kind of in the back of my head while I was ordering. I think that that's something that's like super important to think about and remember right now is I think that we got through the hardest part of this. I'm not saying that there's not going to be more difficult things that are going to happen. We're going through so many changes right now. The whole world is going through so many changes right now, and it feels like every little thing that happens is like horrific. It's just the worst news possible. But we went through the worst part of it. That whole lockdown thing, I think, was the worst part, especially when it first started, that feeling. It was awful. Everybody trying to get through it, trying to figure out how to get through it. Now it's like, we've been through it, we survived it, we're all okay. And even if another lockdown happens, we know how to deal with it now, right? Like, now we know that routines are super important during a lockdown, that you still have to get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, brush your hair, or take a shower. You still have to put a lot of extra TLC into taking care of yourself, a lot of extra self-care, a lot of journal writing and talking to people about how you feel, and maybe not judging yourself as much as you normally do. Like we all kind of figured that out, I think. We also figured out what entertainment does and doesn't work for us. So for example, one of my all-time favorite shows, Dexter. I love that show. Can't watch it still. It's still too dark and too negative for me. I can't. It's not an escape. It's kind of torturous for me to watch stuff like that right now. And some dark shows I can watch, but other ones are too much. That startled me. Like somebody walk up. That poor guy. It's a UPS driver trying to figure out how to deliver a package to Jack in the Box. Yeah, like I've been watching The Alienist, and it's really dark. Really dark. So maybe Dexter would be okay now. But I'll tell you what, when this whole virus hit, I was in the middle of watching Dexter again, from beginning to end, and it was too much. I could not bring myself to watch it. But I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I could now. If I can watch The Alienist. It's dark, but it's like done in like a beautiful way. Like I like looking at the costumes and like what New York might have looked like back then, and they compare like pictures to the set and stuff. It's really fascinating. And I do a lot of genealogy, so it's nice to see what it would have looked like when my ancestors were there. Kind of neat, right? like Brad, his ancestors. So he's got, I mean, well, we all do, but in America, we're kind of all melting pot people, right? Well, his grandfather was, or sorry, his grandmother was from Sicily. And her family, when they came here, they sold fruit on the streets of New York City and Brooklyn. And so, no, we're okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. You too. So it was so cool. I've been watching the show, and I'm seeing these vendors on the streets of Brooklyn on the show, and I'm thinking, gosh, that was Brad's great grandfather and his great aunts and uncles were all selling fruit. And you think about that, like, I don't know, just kind of, so it's kind of neat to see the vendors and what they're doing. And I just wanted to come on here real quick. My husband just went and got the mail, and I have a package, and it looks like I got some friend mail. This, I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not, but one of you had asked me privately if you could send me some eyeliner that you know that I like, and I definitely said sure, go ahead and send it to me, but it feels like there's something else in there. So I thought maybe I should open this up on camera just to show you guys what showed up. So let's see what's in here. Okay. Love it or leave it. Keep what you love, a visual decluttering guide. Oh, that's pretty cool. I definitely need this. That's really cool. So you go through and it tells you, like, you get to answer whether or not, I think it's whether or not you want to keep it. It says, in this whimsical yet practical guide to sorting through the too much stuff of modern life, the premise is simple. On each page, a delightful illustration of items that fill our lives, novelty ice cube trays, a manual typewriter, game pieces, that souvenir snow globe, and beneath each drawing, 2 little check boxes, yes and no. Look at the object, note your response, and act accordingly. Additionally, the book is filled with wonderful tips for how to organize and clever ideas for what to do with things that may be hard to part with, like children's artwork. Well, isn't that cool? I definitely need something like this because I have too much stuff. That's my issue. I think it's everybody's issue, right? Trust your crazy ideas. Thought you might like this. I can use her first name, I think. Yeah, thought you might like this, Alex. Isn't that cute? Oh, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to looking through it, and maybe this can help me declutter a little bit. The more decluttering I do, the more stuff I can go at Goodwill and the Dollar Tree, right? And then this is the eyeliner that she had said that she was going to send me, because I mentioned in that review video that it is my favorite, which it is. And she said that she doesn't use eyeliner, so she want me to send her the one that she got in her Ipsy bag. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Alex. It's very sweet of you. And I look forward to going through this book. It's such a cute little book, too. This will be cute even after I read it. I can put it on my little set of shelves, or I can put it on my coffee table, and it'll look really cute. Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.